Okay, good morning, America. Good morning, India, and Taylor Swift to the live studio recording in 212. Geometry, we are going to do one problem today involving a tangent line of a circle and a radius in Pythagorean theorem. So here we go. So let's look at the diagram first. The question says segment BC is tangent to circle A at point B. So it's tangent here to the circle, which means it touches the circle at that one point B. This is a radius, which means that the radius and the tangent line are perpendicular, okay, which makes a right triangle. So now it's asking, what is the length of segment BC? Segment BC is right here, okay? We know this is a right triangle. We know the length of this leg. We could actually know the length of the hypotenuse as well, because this radius is 21, which makes this radius also 21. Did you guys get that? This radius is 21. I'll draw it in blue. This is a radius, and this is also a radius, 21. So if this length is 21 and this is 8, what's the length of this hypotenuse here? Perfect. All right, now I'm going to draw that out here, 29. Okay, so now we have a right triangle. We know two lengths, and we're trying to find the missing side. And this is going to be great because whatever our answer is when we solve this problem is going to be the answer for the problem. So c squared equals a squared plus b squared. C goes first. The hypotenuse is c, so 29 has to go in for c. So that's 29 squared equals, I'm going to put the 21 first, 21 squared plus BC squared. Did you guys get that? You have to remember to put the 29 in for the C. You can't put it in for the A or the B. And it doesn't matter if you put the 21 first or the BC first, or if you just put an X there for BC, that's fine too. So that's our setup. Any questions on the setup? Okay. So what's 29 squared? 841. Excellent. 21 squared? I think that's 441. Yeah. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody's checking my work. Plus BC squared. Now that we've squared those numbers, we have to isolate the BC just by solving like we would in Algebra 1. So we're going to subtract 441 from both sides. And it looks like we're going to get 400 equals BC squared. Good? Now, 400 equals BC squared. What's BC? Gotta keep the square root of both sides. So BC equals the square root of 400, which is? Good? And I mean, that makes sense because the hypotenuse along the side is 29. In the diagram, this is something really good to explain. In the diagram, BC definitely looks longer than AB, okay? But that's not what the diagram says. The diagram says, hey, BC is 20 and AB is 21. You have to go with what the diagram says in geometry. A lot of times you'll see an angle and it'll tell you it's, I don't know, 95 degrees, but it looks like it's 90. If it says it's 95 degrees and it looks 90, you have to go with what it says, 95 degrees. So once we solve, we read the question again. The question says, what is the length of segment BC? We found that already, so that is our answer. Any questions? Did you guys get this?
Yeah.
Probably the number one mistake is making sure you got to plug the 29 in for the C, not for the A or the B. Okay.